So excited.
I was so excited. I was like, remember. And I was like,
Did they announce Jake first?
You've probably seen the headlines. Rumors are blowing up everywhere. And honestly, it sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood thriller. Kelly Clarkson, yes, that Kelly Clarkson, allegedly fired her longtime manager in a confrontation that's being called historic by fans online. People are saying it wasn't just a simple split. No, this was dramatic, explosive, and completely unforgettable. And here's the kicker. The entire chain reaction supposedly started with one single text message. One text. That's all it took to shake up her world, her career, and apparently a lot of people around her. Fans online are obsessed with what that text actually said. Some claim it was short, cold, even ruthless. Others are speculating about who sent it and why it arrived at all. Now, you might think this is just another celebrity drama story, but that's where you'd be wrong. The conversation online isn't just about Kelly firing her manager. It's about who sent the message and why it landed in her inbox at the exact time it did. Was it someone she trusted? Someone with an agenda? Or could it be even more complicated than that? Everyone on social media is buzzing. Clips are going viral, debates are heating up, and people are trying to piece together the story from leaked messages, rumors, and alleged insider accounts. But the truth? Nobody knows the full story yet. And that's exactly what makes this so addictive. By the end of this video, you're going to see just how a single text could allegedly shake up Hollywood power structures, create massive tension behind the scenes, and leave everyone, managers, executives, even fellow celebrities, questioning everything they thought they knew. So stick around, because what you're about to hear isn't just gossip. It's the kind of story that makes you wonder how much of what you think you know about celebrity life is actually true and how much is carefully hidden behind the scenes. And trust me, the person who allegedly sent that message, they might not be who you think. It all supposedly began with a text. One message, short, sharp, and explosive. Rumors online claim that Kelly Clarkson didn't just send it casually. No, she allegedly showed it to NBC executives during a meeting. And from everything people are talking about, it wasn't just any message. Fans online are calling it bold, even ruthless. The message, according to chatter, wasn't vague. It allegedly laid down a clear ultimatum. It was him or me. And yes, the him everyone's talking about is Blake Shelton. That's right. The internet exploded over the possibility that a single text could pit Kelly Clarkson against one of the biggest names in country music in a single moment. People online are still debating exactly what those words were, but the story is consistent. Kelly supposedly made the choice crystal clear, and it shocked everyone in that room. What makes this even juicier and why this speculation is so wild is the timing. Rumor has it this text arrived at a completely unexpected hour, around 3 a.m. That's not your standard 9-to-5 drama. No, this is middle-of-the-night, under-the-radar chaos that allegedly triggered a chain reaction no one saw coming. Fans are obsessed with that timestamp. They're asking, why then? Who was awake to send it? And most importantly, was it really sent by someone close to Blake? Or was it a clever impersonation, someone pretending to be him to stir the pot? Online forums are filled with theories. Some argue it came directly from Blake or someone in his inner circle. Others insist it was an entirely different player, someone manipulating the situation from behind the scenes. And then there's the question of why Kelly reacted the way she did. If even part of this is true, the timing, the audience, and the message itself all point to something bigger, something more calculated than a simple spat between a singer and her manager. What's clear is that according to these reports, the text wasn't just a message. It was a spark. It set off a reaction in real time in a room full of
she was so
executives,
excited.
I was so
legal
excited. I was like,
advisors, and probably
remember,
a
and I
lot
was like,
of very
Did
nervous
they announce
people.
Jake first?
Everyone supposedly knew this wasn't just routine drama. This was a decision being broadcast to the people who controlled the show, the contracts, and the power. And yet, as explosive as that text might have been, here's the thing. This isn't where the story truly starts. There's a backstory, a build-up, and a series of events leading to that moment that you absolutely need to know. Because the truth behind that message, who sent it, why, and what it revealed, is far more complex than the headlines suggest. The next piece of this tangled story supposedly starts with another text. This one, according to reports circulating online, came late at night. The area code? 615. Nashville. Fans immediately lit up the internet, trying to connect the dots. Who could be sending messages from Nashville in the middle of the night? And why? The message itself was short, cryptic, but enough to send Kelly's instincts into overdrive. Allegedly, it told her to check the emails. Just 6 words, but online chatter insists that was all it took to set off a chain reaction. People are speculating endlessly. Was this a warning, a tip, or a calculated move by someone who wanted her to see something very specific? Rumors point to someone in Kelly's ex-husband, Brandon's circle. That makes sense to the online sleuths. This person would have access, would know where to find the information, and might have had motives that no one outside the inner circle could even imagine. It's exactly the kind of speculation that keeps viewers coming back to every post, every leak, every snippet of alleged evidence. So, Kelly checks, and what she supposedly found has everyone online talking. Rumors claim the emails were not ordinary. They were connected to salary negotiations and internal discussions that could potentially shift the balance of power. Fans online say she discovered exchanges that suggested her pay might have been intentionally suppressed compared to her peers, and that there were conversations happening behind her back about her role on the show. This is where people online really start buzzing. The story moves from simple manager drama to alleged corporate maneuvering. Each email supposedly shows layers of negotiation, hidden agendas, and backroom deals. And for viewers, that makes it irresistible, because it isn't just gossip. It's about money, influence, and alleged betrayal in the glittering world of Hollywood entertainment. And yet, even with all that, the online speculation insists what Kelly supposedly found next is the real shocker, the piece that allegedly made her take immediate, decisive action. The discovery that had people across social media scrambling to understand the full picture, piecing together timestamps, names, and messages that seemed to confirm years of suspicion. But what she supposedly found next is what sent the internet into a frenzy. What Kelly supposedly uncovered next is the part that has people online talking nonstop. Viral posts claim she found emails suggesting that she was being paid significantly less than Blake Shelton. And not just a little less. Online chatter says the gap might have been millions over several seasons. Fans on forums are speculating that this wasn't accidental. According to the rumors, someone deliberately structured her pay this way. The theory? It was a calculated move to keep her in check, or to maintain an unfair advantage for someone else. And when you start reading the leaked snippets people claim to have seen, it sounds like there were layers of planning and intentional suppression. Now, the manager comes into the spotlight here. Online discussions suggest he may have had conflicting interests, loyalties divided between Kelly and NBC, maybe even between Kelly and Blake. That's what fans are buzzing about. Could someone in his position really put personal gain over the career of the person he was supposed to represent? And if these allegations are even half true, it explains a lot about why Kelly allegedly took matters into her own hands. Speculation also points to the timeline. According to rumors, these messages weren't just discovered and acted on immediately. They had apparently been saved for months. Some posts suggest Kelly's team had been quietly building a case, tracking patterns and gathering evidence. Fans online are convinced she wasn't just reacting
was so-
impulsively.
I was so excited.
She
I
was
was like,
preparing for the right
"Remember,"
moment
and
to
I was like,
confront the
Did
people
they announce
responsible.
Jake first?
And yet, for all the focus on these alleged emails, the truly shocking part, the part that's got every viewer online holding their breath, is what happened next. Because according to rumors, none of this email discovery explains the chaos that supposedly unfolded in real time inside NBC. The panic, the sudden intensity, the room full of executives, all of it allegedly sparked by what Kelly revealed and the timing of her move. Still, none of it explains the real-time panic inside NBC.
According to online rumors, the tension hit a peak when Kelly allegedly demanded an early morning meeting at NBC. And this wasn't just a casual sit-down. Fans are saying it was the kind of meeting that had executives on edge the moment they walked into the room. The energy was supposedly electric, every person aware that something big was about to go down. Reports and forum discussions claim that during this meeting, emails Kelly had discovered were projected for everyone to see. And not just a few, they allegedly showed months of back and forth that suggested manipulation, underpayment, and conflicting interests. Online chatter insists the moment the first email appeared on the screen, the atmosphere changed. The calm professionalism of the boardroom allegedly vanished, replaced by shock, murmurs, and a growing sense of panic. This is where the stories online get really wild. Rumor has it that the 38-second firing happened right there. That's right. Some claim Kelly didn't just confront her manager, she effectively ended his career in what felt like less than a minute. Fans are obsessed with the idea that in just 38 seconds, one person could completely upend the power dynamics in the room, leaving executives scrambling and a manager scrambling even more. And if the rumors are to be believed, it gets even more dramatic. Blogs and fan threads are buzzing about a desperate text supposedly sent by her manager in the middle of the meeting, the same text that Kelly allegedly showed the network. People online are dissecting every word, trying to figure out if it was an attempt to save his career or a last-ditch bluff that failed spectacularly. Some claim the tone of the text was frantic, almost panicked, revealing that he realized he had no way out. But here's the part that keeps people glued to their screens. Despite all the alleged drama of the meeting, the emails, the panic, and the 38-second firing, there's still one huge mystery that fans cannot stop debating. The question everyone online keeps asking is not about the firing itself, it's about the origin of the message. Who actually sent the original message that supposedly set all of this in motion? Was it someone close to Blake Shelton? Was it a carefully crafted setup by someone else entirely? Or could it even be more complicated than anyone realized? But what fans really want to know is this: who actually sent the original message? The story takes an even stranger turn when online investigators started digging into digital footprints. According to rumors, metadata from messages supposedly connected to Kelly pointed to unusual locations. People online have been poring over every detail, speculating that the messages weren't typed just anywhere. They appeared to originate from places that could tie back to people in Blake Shelton's or Miranda Lambert's circle. Fans on forums are obsessed with the idea that someone close to Blake or Miranda may have been the one typing messages referencing Kelly. Could it have been a deliberate setup, or just sloppy digital trails that happened to line up in strange ways? Online speculation is running wild, and the possibilities keep multiplying. Of course, the biggest question everyone keeps asking is, did Blake know anything about this? Rumors suggest he could have been completely unaware, or, according to some threads, he might have been indirectly involved without realizing the full scope. Every detail is debated, from timestamps to location tags, and the speculation is relentless. People online are drawing connections, highlighting patterns, and building theories that range from plausible to downright shocking. Then there's Miranda. Fans can't stop talking about her history with Kelly. Allegedly, past tensions and competitive dynamics between the two singers fueled speculation that Miranda could have had a hand in this whole saga. Was she manipulating messages? Was she just in the background? Nobody knows for sure, and that's why the story keeps spreading like wildfire.
Every tweet,
Oh,
post,
she was
and
so
comment
I was so
adds
excited. I
fuel
was
to the
like,
fire, but
remember,
none of
and I
it
was
is
like,
confirmed.
Did they announce Jake
What's clear
first?
is that this alleged digital trail added an entirely new layer to the story. It transformed a drama about a text message into something more complex, a tangled web of relationships, alleged digital manipulation, and the question of who was truly in control behind the scenes. The story had grown far beyond a single firing. It had become a mystery with multiple players, motives, and unanswered questions. But the internet didn't stop there. The plot thickens with what online investigators are calling the recording rumor. According to unverified reports, Kelly allegedly recorded a private conversation weeks before the NBC meeting. And if the chatter online is to be believed, this wasn't just a casual conversation. It allegedly involved someone discussing how to push her out of The Voice. Fans and forums are obsessed with the idea that this recording could reveal layers of manipulation, hidden alliances, or even attempts to control her career behind the scenes. Every post speculates about the tone of the conversation, the words exchanged, and the possible implications for the people involved. Online threads are buzzing, trying to reconstruct what was said without anyone ever hearing the full audio, because nothing has been confirmed publicly. Some online sleuths suggest that the recording could involve witness restrictions or even legal boundaries, though of course that's purely speculative. Nobody has verified this, and Kelly herself hasn't publicly confirmed any of it. But the rumor alone has been enough to send social media into a frenzy, with fans debating whether this alleged audio could prove long-held suspicions about behind-the-scenes maneuvers. And the speculation doesn't stop there. Online chatter claims that Kelly may have later shared the recording with higher authorities, possibly as part of her strategy to confront NBC or to protect herself legally. That move, if true, would explain the intensity of the morning meeting and the panic that reportedly spread through the executive room. In short, the alleged recording added a completely new layer to an already explosive story. It's no longer just about emails, texts, or ultimatums. It's about hidden conversations, potential schemes, and evidence that could, theoretically, change the entire narrative. Fans are glued to every update, piecing together timelines, analyzing leaks, and debating motives. And then came the rumor that flipped everything upside down. The story allegedly takes an even wilder turn with what fans online are calling the Gwen Stefani twist. According to viral posts, Kelly supposedly received a video file that had everyone buzzing. The clip, though unverified, allegedly shows Gwen Stefani talking about access codes tied to Blake Shelton's accounts. Now, think about that for a second. If even a fraction of this is true, the implications are huge. Fans online are speculating that Gwen could have been trying to secure her own spot on The Voice by keeping Kelly out of the picture. The chatter ranges from subtle hints to full-blown conspiracy theories. People are connecting dots, trying to figure out motive, timing, and the potential fallout. Of course, the other side of the online debate is equally intense. Many viewers insist that this story might be blown entirely out of proportion. According to these threads, investigators online could be misreading normal interactions as something more sinister. Maybe the video is nothing. Maybe it's harmless. Or maybe, as the rumors suggest, it's just the tip of the iceberg in a complicated web of alliances, rivalries, and behind-the-scenes drama. Even so, the idea that Gwen Stefani could somehow be involved, whether directly or indirectly, has sparked endless debate. Fans are dissecting every clip, every text, every social media post, looking for hints. Every theory points to a world where the personal and professional collide in shocking ways, and where nothing is exactly what it seems. It's the kind of rumor that's impossible to ignore. Social media is alive with speculation. Memes, posts, and comments are flying. And the very uncertainty, the maybe this, maybe that, is what keeps people glued to every update. It's part drama, part mystery, and entirely fascinating. But if any part of this rumor is true, the fallout would be massive.
Oh, she
The
was so
drama
excited.
I
didn't
was so
just
excited. I
stay
was
behind
like,
closed doors.
remember, and I
It
was like,
allegedly
Did they
rippled
announce
through
Jake
the entire industry. Rumors online suggest NBC wanted to contain the situation as quickly as possible. Fans are speculating that executives scrambled to manage damage, trying to prevent leaks, negative press, and potential legal headaches. The goal, according to Chatter, was to put a lid on the story before it spiraled out of control. Some online threads claim settlement talks were already happening. People are debating whether NBC offered Kelly compensation, back pay, or even a new contract to resolve things quietly. And if the rumors are to be believed, it wasn't just about money. It was about power, reputation, and control, ensuring that this alleged conflict didn't destabilize one of the network's biggest shows. Then there's the human side of the story. Fans online are speculating that Blake and Gwen's relationship could be strained if even a small part of this rumor is true. Social media is flooded with discussions about trust, timing, and what it might mean for their personal and professional lives. Some people are saying that even if Blake had no idea, the optics alone could create tension, mistrust, and public scrutiny that's impossible to escape. And let's not forget Kelly herself. Online chatter suggests she may use this moment to renegotiate her contract, secure more creative control, or even demand changes to how talent is managed. Forums are filled with theories about how she might turn a scandal, or a series of alleged conflicts, into leverage. Every speculation paints her as smart, strategic, and a step ahead of the game. Of course, none of this is confirmed. Every detail we're talking about comes from online rumors, fan theories, and alleged insider chatter. Yet the debates continue to explode across social media, with people picking sides, analyzing motives, and imagining the fallout for everyone involved. It's the kind of story that keeps everyone on edge, because even without verification, the stakes feel enormous. And that leads to the biggest question everyone is asking. So, after everything we've gone through, here's the reality. Most of what we've talked about comes from online discussions, leaked claims, and documents that have not been officially verified. Every post, every thread, every alleged screenshot adds to the story, but none of it is confirmed. That's important to remember. The world of celebrities is a mix of reality and narrative, truth and exaggeration. Behind every headline, there are layers of deals, contracts, and relationships, but also speculation, rumor, and sometimes outright fabrication. And in this case, that blur between reality and rumor has created one of the most talked about stories online. Fans are dissecting every text, email, and alleged recording, trying to figure out what really happened. What's fascinating and a little unsettling is how a single event, a single message, or even a single interpretation can explode into a full-blown narrative that captivates millions. Whether it's a dramatic showdown in a boardroom or a rumored digital trail, the way these stories spread online can make something feel real even before we ever see proof. Now it's time for you to weigh in. What do you think actually happened? Was this a calculated setup, orchestrated to humiliate or manipulate? Was it a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by rumors and social media sleuths? Or could it be, as some fans are claiming, the biggest alleged plot twist in modern TV history? One text, one email, one alleged recording, completely shaking the world of The Voice and the people involved. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Debate, speculate, and share your take. But remember, this story is as much about interpretation as it is about fact. Because in the celebrity world, the line between reality and rumor is never as clear as we think. And maybe, just maybe, the truth is even stranger than anything we've seen online.